Here and we are live and um does that look like a funky angle to you guys or is that
It kind of does.
yeah. Hi everybody. Nini, well let me adjust the camera and
We'll move it over a Nini or so.
um let me all right, you're going to see the image kind of tilt for a second. Okay, yeah, that looks like it'll because there we go. Is that better?
Yeah, we're
By the way,
offering.
happy anniversary, you two.
Yes, thank you. Yamano just pointed out, yes, today is our anniversary of being together. We are not legally married, but we have been together for 28 years today. So,
Uh,
I love
wow,
you.
it's been a while.
yeah, well, let me put it this way. I knew after our first kiss, Darren looks at me with this mischievous grin and he says, Obi-Wan has taught you well. I knew I was in for an interesting ride. Hopefully, I've given as good as I've gotten.
I would say so.
Yeah. So, hi everybody, and I know folks are going to be kind of trickling in, and that's cool. Glad you're all here, and for everyone who comes in, we're glad to have you. And so, tonight we're doing it's a decade feast, but it's also a feast of newt. And people have asked, because in bulk was this week, and I'm sure a lot of folks, who are mainstream pagan would, have some kind of in bulk observance this weekend. But people have asked, well, what would be the closest equivalent, what's something parallel that you could do in the Egyptian practice? And I would say, well, you have a feast of newt. So that's what I would do. So that's what we're doing instead of in bulk. But yeah, and probably during the weekend or something, Darren and I will get to observe our anniversary. Couldn't really do anything, of course, today we're taping, but this week I've been kind of worked over and wrung out.
Yeah, your priestess has been convalescing. She's
well,
she's
I don't
been
know.
working her ass off for you guys, and it finally caught up to her.
I guess I don't know what I'd call it. Okay, look, this week I had a deep tissue massage and a chiropractic adjustment, and I got a new office chair.
Nice.
And yeah, and Thursday it all caught up to me. Yesterday I told Darren I don't think I could draw or ink anything, and he was just like, "Wow, you must be really bad off."
And I'm going to tell you, in 28 years, you've never said, "I don't think I can draw or ink anything today."
Well, I was pretty stove up yesterday, but I did read. I read some things in preparation for some book reviews this month, so that's something we can look forward to, a little later on. And I look forward to trying out some new equipment that I got, because I got some a couple of microphones that hopefully will work with my cameras, so we can have some better sound when I go to do this. And we'll and I have a new office chair, so I hopefully will not be kinked up when I sit to edit. So
hopefully Tahuti and Sachet will be amused by your efforts.
Oh, I consider Jehuti to be the patron of animation, because it involves science and a little bit of math. If you're doing it, frame by frame, and you're keeping track of your time and your frame rate and all that. And so it's a blend of art and science, which I think would be completely his bag. So,
a lot of patience.
Yeah. Yeah. She turned me into a newt. Yeah.
It got better.
Okay, so yes. I got better, yeah. Oh yes, and Cozy Cowboy. Oh, it's you. Yeah. Cozy Cowboy's cat passed away this morning, so we'll include some fresh
sorry,
bass,
Cowboy.
Yeah.
You have my sympathies.
Mm-hmm.
Mine too. Because I'm allergic to cats, but you can ask Sharon. I love cats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't forget to like and if you have an opportunity to give us a super sticker, those go to things like the equipment that I just got, and also I put some of it in the fund for incorporating the church.
Right.
So
you guys keep giving. You may be an incorporated church by the end of the year.
That's my intention.
If not sooner.
Yeah, that's my intention. By the end of this year, we'll be incorporated. Is what I plan to do. So,
most excellent.
Yeah. So, onward and upward. And tell you what, before we get started, I'll also show one other thing, because I'm asking for some blessing on my work, and so I'll give you guys a little bit of a sneak preview. And as I do more things, I'll post that on Patreon. So Patreon has a new thing now where you can join without actually, contributing money every month. So you just, you're part of the community, and I guess it's a way that you can kind of find out what's going on and what, if you wanted to pledge something, you can, or not. But as I work on my animation, I'll show more updates there. But these are a couple of drawings here. So we've got a little robot, and we call him Z, and he's a coffee chugging robot. So you've got a couple of frames for that one. This one is ink. This one is not yet. But, hopefully the effort will be smiled upon by Jehuti and company. So. Alrighty. Okay. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me, as Tefnut purifies me. Hail unto you, Yonishiri. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. You're the one smiling. Purity is upon our hands. Purity is within our hearts. That's the idea. Hey, we've cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure, we are pure.
I'm convinced I am set up on a weekly basis. Not necessarily by you, but I'm sure the gods pencil in their favorite chuckle right there.
Well, it's like, you guessed and said, oh God, I'm thinking that's the idea.
I'm sure Happy is enjoying it.
Well, here's something to consider, okay? And I thought about this because, in ancient times, every temple had a sacred lake, and they think that, the priests would go and they would, perform their ablutions at the sacred lake in the morning before they would get started. And, if you think about it, the morning ritual was timed so that they would start at the crack of dawn. So in the pre-dawn hours,
when it's cold in the freaking desert,
yeah, they're going to bathe and purify themselves in the sacred lake. I think that would be the very definition of brisk.
Yes.
So, your thought for the day. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now and will be joining us in the future, and who have been with us in the past. This eye of Horus comes, and we are purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
So in honor of Newt, I'll light her candle. Yeah. And of course for Mama Sekhmet. And ask her for healing, for all those who need it. Oh, wait, I think. There we go. And for Shu, figure his connection with Newt. And also asking to go easy on our friends on the West Coast who are dealing with I believe it's a Pineapple Express. Another weather. Okay, yeah, that's lit.
Another form of atmospheric stream.
Yeah, an atmospheric river. Yeah. Well, the thing is, if it comes off of Hawaii and comes to the Pacific coast, they call it a Pineapple Express. So yeah, it's basically a very nice, circular, system spiraling out over the Pacific, and they're talking about it bringing lots of rain, and you can have too much of a good thing. So we're asking Shu to look after our friends who are out on the West Coast. So.
They will surely need it.
Oh, and sarcastic saying, so speaking of, I'm in the high desert now. Weird how it's green in the winter here. Are you talking about the high desert in Oregon? Because I've heard about it. I'd love to see some pictures of it. Oh yeah, and Sean, YouTube is weird about that and not letting people know, that until like a few minutes into it. Oh hey, Kemetic Independent is live. And what's really funny is because I'm subscribed via my other channel, several minutes into it, sometimes I'll get a notification. Oh hey, it's live. So
yeah, did you know we're doing stuff right now?
Who knew?
Yeah. Oh, okay, in Oregon, yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah, you'll definitely have to post some pictures, and I love our assistant Morgan, but he can be a little flaky sometimes because I asked him to take pictures when he went up to Oregon one time, and so what did he do? He sent me links to pictures from Google. And I'm like, no, I want you to take pictures of the things you see when you just go around. The kind of stuff that Google's not going to care about, but would be great details for a story. So that's why I asked for pictures.
I didn't know what would be cool. Did you see anything and you went, that's neat? That's what you should have shot. Oh.
Well, really, it's not even that. It's just, okay, you sit down at a restaurant, you're looking out at the street, take a picture.
Yeah.
Or you're driving, you see some scenery, take a picture. That kind of thing. Or like sarcastic, you're in the desert, take some pictures, because a lot of my fourth novel is set in the Oregon high country. Right. And I'm doing my best to describe it, having not been there. and hopefully somebody who's been there will read it and be like, oh, this makes sense.
You see two bears ordering Korean street food. Take a picture.
Yeah, definitely.
By the way, if you do see two bears ordering Korean street food, I promise you they will not be paying for it. Thanks.
Yeah, but if you post that, it will go viral.
Yeah.
So, okay. So on to our decade feast. Yeah, in the spot where I usually sit down, I've got it by my chair now, so I did that to myself. Hang on. Let's switch something up. Here with me just a second, y'all.
Just remember, stand in the place where you work.
Then face, what was it,
North.
north? Think about direction, wonder why you.
You okay?
Yeah, it's just when you go to kneel, if you have a part of vestments that has beads on it, make sure that's not under your knee
Oh yes.
because you will feel that. So that's what it was. I found beads. And it's like that's not good to kneel on. So you arise in the Akhetas Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Osir, O Nut, mistress of the shrine of Shanit. Hail and praise unto you, O Yunachuru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at, cast out as Fet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Okay. Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Ora horakete osir lanut yunachuru. These waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. We give you this sweet milk, which comes from the Hetoret, that it may rejuvenate you. May it always be present upon your altar at the 10th day feast, which of course is what a decade feast is. So it's officially an Egyptian weekend.
Everybody's working for the weekend.
Of course.
And if you know what that song is, you're old.
Unfortunately, yes. We give you incense. We give you incense, great in purity. Its fragrance is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you. It adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. O Yunachuru, we give to you this eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. It's one of those incense holders that has there's more than one hole in the middle, so it's like, okay, we'll stick in this one now. What about this one? So I got it. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, so you know what you do. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. Yes, and again, the whole thing with watching those beads. There. Gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Osir. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. There we go. Okay. I'm going to get one of my old ceramic cups. So we can make a libation to Osiris for the decade feast, because the whole thing with the decade is it's the end of a 10-day period, and this is when in Thebes it would have been Amun-Ra who would have gone across the river to the temple that's now called Medinet Habu, and there it was, on the 10th day, and there was a sort of a communion with the primeval gods that didn't, that were with him at the beginning, but they're, considered part of the underworld now. So, this is, and there's a union with Ra and with Osiris. So there's a theme of honoring, the blessed dead. And so, of course, you have offerings and libations for Osiris. And that's something that ordinary people would do, is they would go and they would bring libations for their loved ones, and recognize them in Osiris's kingdom, basically. So, oh, sir, take this, your libation, which is of this land, which produces all things. All things indeed come forth from this, upon which you live, on which you exist. Pure is Amun-Ra Horiketi within this house. Pure is Osir within his house. Pure is Nut within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure. For Ra Horiketi, for Osir, for Nut, and for their needs in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Rahoraketi. Come to your body, O Osir. Come to your body, O Newt. Come to your bodies, O Yonuchiru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these, your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Osir, before Nut. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. Ora Horaketi, Osir Kentiamentiu, and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkepra. Your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. Okay, here it is. And from the table of the gods, to the table of the blessed dead, I light this candle, that it may be, hold on, the eye of Horus that lights their way into what? And we pour these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. And we have to remember, of course, Gibbs, the kitty, and also the actor Carl Weathers passed away yesterday. And we're very sad to hear about that, because not only, if you're of the right generation, you remember him from the Rocky movies and all those good things. He's also in The Mandalorian. But my dear pal Wally talked about him and said that he was a very good director. Apparently he had done some voiceover work, some voiceover directing. And in Wally's estimation, it was very good. And, I'd hoped I'd get a chance to meet him somewhere and tell him about that. And maybe even ask him if he wanted to work on something. But they'll get to talk about that on the other side. So instead, Horakeru Tahenket Kakao Abdu Sanachimmerhat Kudnabat Nafra Wabadanket Nasharim and Kawan Aku Punibu Mahernibu Hiranachra. A voice offering, bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these Aku, all true of voice for the great God. Alrighty. All right, I'm going to read just a short excerpt from the Litany of Ra, because the full one is like 75 different things. And we will have other requests and things to get to soon. But in honor of the decade, and then we will read for Newt. Praise unto you, Ra, exalted and powerful, Lord of the caverns with hidden forms, who goes to rest in the mysteries when he transforms into Deba, the one joined together. Praise unto you, Ra, exalted and powerful, Khepri, who folds his wings, who goes to rest in Duat, and transforms himself into he who comes out of his own members. Praise unto you, Ra, exalted and powerful, exalted earth, who gives birth to his gods, he who protects what is in him, who transforms himself into he at the head of his cavern. Praise unto you, Ra, exalted and powerful, who makes the earth visible, who gives light to those in the west, whose forms are his being, when he transforms himself into his great disk. Praise unto you, Ra, exalted and powerful, Ba who speaks, resting on his bank, who protects the spirits of those in the west while they breathe through him. Praise unto you, Ra, exalted and powerful, unique one, powerful heart, joined to his body, who calls his gods while passing through the mysterious caverns. Praise unto you, Ra, exalted and powerful, who calls his eye, who addresses his head, who gives wind to the Bas in their places that they might receive their breath. Praise unto you, Ra, exalted and powerful, coming Ba, who annihilates his enemies and decrees the punishment of the wicked. Praise unto you, Ra, exalted and powerful, darkened one within his cavern, who decrees that there be darkness in the cavern to hide he who is within it. Praise unto you, Ra, exalted and powerful, who gives light to bodies, who is on the horizon, he who enters his cavern. And of course, when you hear transform, the Egyptian word that would have meant to transform, to change, in our language, would be Keper, related to Kepri, and it's of course spelled with a scarab beetle. So. And I actually gave when the gentleman who wrote the profiles for a lot of original characters, he was at a Comic Con one year that I went to, and so I made him a little scarab with an Autobot and a Decepticon symbol on it, and so this is kind of a joke, it's a pun, and he actually thought it was cool. Hail, O Nut, the Great, mistress of the sky and mother of the gods. Hail, divine Nut, great goddess, mother of Ra, mother of the stars. Hail, O Nut, O you of 1,000 Bas. Okay, and you know what? Since we were talking about it, in honor of kitties, including ones who have had to go home, hold on, let's see. Here we go. Hail and praise unto you, Bastet, Lady of Love, Lady of Life, daughter of Atum, firstborn of the Lord of all, greatest goddess, Lady of Heaven, mistress of all the gods. You open the movements of Shu, for he is your messenger. You slaughter with your arrows. You slay the evil one and seize the hearts of the wicked foes. Lady of the shrine, foremost of the sacred fields, mistress of perfume, mistress of joy. O Eye of Horus, O Eye of Ra, Uraeus, whom Ra loves, protect us until the dawn. And please welcome Gibbs back into your fold and look after their person. And when the time is right, May they find a new one of your folk to love them and watch after them, and vice versa. And we also need to say some prayers. Seta couldn't join us this time. She's got some issues. It sounds like she had to have some kind of surgery or a procedure done because she had a blockage to get taken care of. So we want her to have a speedy recovery for that. And Jory's grandfather is in hospice and not expected to hang in there much longer. We don't know, but it's very hard on him because he loves his grandfather, and so we want him and his mom to have strength and comfort. And for other folks that are not feeling well and who might be sick or hurting or just going through a tough time, may Ra's light shine on you and bring you warmth and blessings and a fresh start. So. Here we pull out a prayer for that. Hear us, O Ra, great Lord of Yanu, and place your arms of blessing around us. Let us rejoice in your bounty, and our hearts take joy in your kindness. Tell Neat and Uwot to open their ways for us, and may you protect us with your strong arm of compassion. For you are the All-Lord, the Lord of Ma'at. Holy and splendid is your name. Capri at dawn, Atum at dusk. Ra Harketi, as you rule the Nine. Okay, everybody. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Oh, Mary Webb was saying, I can't kneel anymore. I can't get back up. Yeah.
We understand. It's okay.
Well, I can't say I'm grateful that I'm still mobile enough to do things like that. Of course, I'm also helping you during that keeps me doing a lot of things. But yeah, that's something that if you can't do it, you don't have to, but I just happened to do it. And Darren was asking, why did it look like I kind of tipped over for a second? So now I was just compensating to make sure that, all these nice glass and malachite beads, didn't get right under my kneecap. That would have been uncomfortable. But yeah, yes, Transformers Pine, absolutely. Oh, and Isabella, and you said you're having a little bit of spotty connection because of storms, but your surgery 2 days ago went well, and your stitches are healing. That's awesome. Good news. And Bach and Anapa, you're praying for a surgery to get approved. Awesome. Okay, so we got some requests from the Discord already. So let me go ahead and kind of freeze the chat for a second so I can do all those. The first one I'm going to do is going to be for everyone, which includes, of course, our folks who are tuning in afterwards. This is sort of everyone for the week. And I've kind of been hanging on to some from, like around the beginning of the year. So it'd be interesting to kind of look at it and see what the overall trend is. But I have to say, so far it's been very positive. Okay, and it says, you are very grateful for the small pleasures of life. And I think that's something that, it's a positive quality that we should certainly foster, is being grateful for the small pleasures, because what was that saying? The little things aren't so little.
Right.
So that's for everyone. You are very grateful for the small pleasures of life. Okay, so our requests from the Discord. So Sachahuti, Silver, Alex, and Aslan, and then for Sarcastic. So start with Sachahuti, who's tuning in from very early in the morning.
Are they in the UK?
And Sachahuti's in Germany.
Oh.
Now, Mary Dwepwood is in the UK.
Good morning.
Yeah. For Sachahuti, today you should be the leader. Things will go your way. Well, there you go, Sachahuti. Sounds like good news. Today you should be the leader. Things will go your way. So I think Jehuti and Sekhmet are saying, go ahead and take charge, and it'll work out for you. So today you should be the leader. Things will go your way. So that's for Sachahuti. And next for, I think it was Silver. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Hi-ho, Silver.
Hooey.
Happiness isn't an outside job. It's an inside job. So, Silver, happiness isn't an outside job. It's an inside job. Now, of course, that means, happiness comes from within. Of course, I guess if you're looking for a job, look for an inside job. There could be some extra meaning to that. But happiness isn't an outside job. It's an inside job. And so now for Alex. Alex, the person who has no imagination has no wings. The person who has no imagination has no wings. So, don't be that guy. And of course, in a gender neutral sense of dude, but don't be that one who's who has no wings. A person who has no imagination has no wings. So, okay, Aslan. And that one decided to run off. Oh, wow. Aslan, spirit guides accompany you. That was surprisingly straightforward. Spirit guides accompany you. So if you were wondering, I think somebody just spelled it out unambiguously. So Aslan spirit guides accompanying you. All right, and now for sarcastic. Up there in the Oregon high desert. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. So, sarcastic, imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. It's funny that that's the theme that we're getting, is that the importance of imagination. If one with no imagination has no wings. Imagination is the preview of life's coming attractions. Happiness is an inside job. And here we are at the decade, and we're, this is where Ra is kind of coming back to where it all began, so to speak. And, if you consider imagination as being, where we touch the world of spirit and the world of possibility, this is all very appropriate. Okay, so Sarana and then Zabalin. Sarana. Sarana, persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. Nothing else is. This is saying it's not bigger than you are. Be persistent, be determined. And whatever it is you're dealing with, it's not omnipotent. You can outlast it, you can outfight it. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. So that was for Sarana. And now for Zabalin. There we go. Try not to make a mess. Oh. This is interesting, Zabalin. You ended up getting two of them because of the way it got cut. So two of them ended up fitting on one. That's quite unique. And here they are. Happiness is around the next corner, wealth down the street. The next one, you can do everything you ought to do. Now keep in mind, ought to do versus maybe, want to do or, can do, whatever. But all the things that you need to do, you can. Happiness is around the next corner, wealth down the street. Zabalin, I think that's some good news. Okay. So Dragon's Library, and then Thralo, then Gabriel. Sitting. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let me catch up here. So we're at Dragon's Library. What kind of books are in the Dragon's Library? Okay. Dragon's Library. To guarantee success, act as if it were impossible to fail. To guarantee success, act as if it were impossible to fail. So in other words, plan for success and you'll get it. But yes, to guarantee success, act as if it were impossible to fail. Because if you do that, you're not letting yourself, sabotage yourself. But, so that was Dragon's Library, then Thralo. Oh, Thralo, you got it. This is interesting. Okay, you've got a complete one and then a part of one. This is interesting. The part of one starts with a while, ... believe always, ... and never turn back. So that's the most, the complete part of that. Believe always and never turn back. The second one, you display the wonderful traits of charm and courtesy. So, Thralo, you display the wonderful traits of charm and courtesy. Believe always and never turn back. That's quite interesting, guys. I have to admit, there's some really neat ones coming in tonight. So, I don't know. What's your guys' names? Okay, Gabriel, I see you had a request from one. Wait, hang on, what happened? Versus. Tell you what, I'm seeing some questions about something about a documentary and stuff, I would have to see more about that. That deserves some thought for me to see what it is you're talking about before, because I'm not going to give an answer on something not knowing. But it does sound like it would be something interesting to talk about, just not right here. But let me. But I see you did ask for a cookie, so we're gonna go, Gabriel, and you're asking for one from Sekhmet, and then Married Wepawet, obviously from Wepawet, and then Links from Bast. I think I see a trend. So let's start with Sekhmet. So Mama Sekhmet, a request from Gabriel. All right, Gabriel, aim at the stars, but keep your feet on the ground. That's her message for you. Aim at the stars, but keep your feet on the ground. So she's telling you to stay grounded. You can go ahead and have your head in the sky, your head up there with Newt, but keep your feet with Geb.
Reach for your dreams, but don't lose who you are.
Yeah. Don't lose your ground. Yeah, don't
aspire for greatness.
Yeah, but don't lose touch with reality. The ground and Geb. That's that reminds you of who you are, where you came from, and what this is all about.
As they used to say, terra firma.
Yes. So aim for the stars, but keep your feet on the ground. And next up, Married Wepawet. course, from the opener of the way.
I will add that going out and walking on the earth directly is very therapeutic.
Letting your feet touch the earth. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, from Mary to Wepawet. Accident is the mother of invention. Accident is the mother of invention. So I think Wepawet's advice is to take whatever is random or happenstance or seems to be an accident and take advantage of it, make use of it. Because accident is the mother of invention.
Right. Figure out how you can make something to benefit from it.
Yes, an opportunity, a way open that was unexpected. So keep a lookout for that. And someone wanted from Bast, links from Bast. And then One Eye has a question for Bast because you're concerned about, a kitty with some health issues and trying to figure out the right thing to do. So first we'll get links. Links. You can make a new start this week. Work hard and be diligent. There you go. Bast has just said, you can make a new start this week. Work hard and be diligent. All right, and now for One Eye, also asking Bast for some guidance.
My mom had an office cat named One Eye.
Well, One Eye is referring to One-Eyed Heathen.
Right.
And, no. Because there's a little part of the fortune that's way down here in the back of the cookie. Got to get it out. Which is interesting. Now we put it together. Happiness lies in the joy of achievement and the thrill of creative effort. Now, I know you were asking specifically about what to do with the cat. I don't know if this is something specifically relating to that or not.
It's not. Go to the vet.
I think this might be one of those cases of it's, because I think you're trying to figure out whether this cat needs. You know what? As I'm thinking about what you were saying, yeah, maybe if you ask a vet about the animal's quality of life, they might be able to give you, some realistic answers about, because it sounds like that's what you need right now. It's just some realistic answers. There's the positivity of, oh yeah, well, we want to, whatever, but they might be able to give you a little more about the cat's condition and, their prognosis and, could they handle being rehomed?
Go ask the right questions. Go ask the tough questions.
Yeah. But in the meantime, for your own life, happiness lies in the joy of achievement and the thrill of creative effort. And, again, sometimes they will tell you things that you don't think it's relevant. It's not what you're paying attention to right now, but they have the bigger picture, and so they see that, and they're telling you, by the way, this is important too. So I think that's what she just did. But with that being said, let's scroll down and see. Okay, so Amun Set, Ashley, Sabrina, follower of Anubis, and then for Semis. Okay. Okay. All right. Amun Set. Here we go. Truth is what stands the test of experience. So Amun Set, truth is what stands the test of experience. So in your search for truth, that is your benchmark. But Ashley from Anapu. So. Anapu's gotten a couple of requests. We'll start with Ashley. And it says, the greatest medicine is the emptiness of everything. The greatest medicine is the emptiness of everything. I'm just trying to make sense of the sense that I got, and it had maybe something to do with
clearing your mind of questions.
Okay, well, what about clearing your mind the other way? I don't know, but
silence all the running around. Really, you need to take a minute to take a breath.
Okay, so sometimes that's why I'm glad to have you here, Darren. Sometimes you pick up things that I don't, But yes, the greatest medicine is the emptiness of everything. So it could be time to get some things that have been distracting you or bothering you out of your mind.
Clear your mind of questions.
And Sabrina from Bast or Sobek or what? I was going to say, if you got 3, I would have been. Okay, we got 1. And Savvy, it says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So think twice before you layeth the smacketh down, I guess. Okay, and follower Anubis from Anpu. And then for Semis. So follower of Anpu. Here we are. This one got vacuum sealed. There we go. Follower of Anapu. Don't accept that others know better than you. Wow. Don't accept that others know better than you. And I really got the strong sense, like, there's somebody who's acting like they know better than you, and they're trying to tell you things, maybe for your own good, quote unquote, or something like that. Don't accept that.
And don't give away your own power.
Don't accept that others know better than you.
And if something deep in your gut is screaming BS, it is BS, no matter who it comes from. Is there anybody else?
There's request. I guess this is from the Discord for Semis, and an Oracle asked for one. So
After Oracle, can I have one?
yeah. Smacky Smackins, could you please read a cookie from my brother? By the way, I love your username. That is so cool.
Yes, that is awesome.
So hold on, we'll definitely get to Smacky Smackins. Just hang on. I gotta make sure I got let's see, okay, for Semis. And then Smacky Smackins.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And so then you want one after that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, we do also I guess when I originally wrote the decade ritual, I didn't include that in, but some offering mod, we need to make sure we still do that too. I have a smaller figurine of her set up just for that, so we'll do that as soon as we've done our fortunes here. So Semis. There we go. So for Semis, your winsome smile will be your sure protection. And winsome, that's kind of an older word, spelled Winsome, but your winsome smile will be your sure protection. So you use that smile to, diffuse situations and make friends, I would say. Your winsome smile will be your sure protection. That was for Semis. And Smacky Smackins asked for one for their brother. Smacky Smackins for your brother. Adversity is the prosperity of the great. Adversity is the prosperity of the great.
It builds muscle.
Well, but keep in mind, sometimes opposition is because you're about to do something awesome, something really important, or something really good for yourself. And negativity has a way of trying to dissuade you from doing what's good.
Right, bust through it.
Yeah. Just remember, adversity is the prosperity of the great. So that's the message for your brother. And I tell you what, Darren, you asked for one. Do you want to pick it out of there, or you want me to shake it? Oh, wait. Well, I guess you ended up getting two. Or one for me too, maybe?
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
All right, I'll tell you what. Let me open up Darren's first. And the one that landed toward him, and the other one landed toward me. So we'll see. This first one is definitely yours. To exercise the body is to purify the soul.
Cool.
No, it's okay. I've been seeing you with those 5 families. Or just kind of glancing. Now the second one that came out. People may doubt what you say, but they will believe what you do.
Heaven forbid those souls doubt me.
Well, people may doubt what you say, but they will believe what you do.
Yep, and typically that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, well, it's just patience. It's coming.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just certain things haven't come to fruition yet, but when they do unfold.
By the way, y'all,
Hmm.
my birthday is also this month.
Yeah, that's right, guys. We got to figure out what to do because Darren's birthday is in 2 weeks.
Exactly 2 weeks.
Yeah, because it's on the 17th. So
she has stepped out, but tonight is her birthday as well.
wait, Shannon's?
Yes.
Oh,
well then,
wow! Happy birthday,
we gotta,
sweetheart.
Yeah, well, she stepped out. She's working right now, huh?
Yes, you can always text her and she'll get it.
Well, you know what I wish I could do, and I've seen people do this, and it's kind of a fun thing. And I wish I had thought of it, when I was younger. But some people, when it's their birthday, they'll pin like a dollar bill to their shirt, and then that lets people know, and they'll like go and give them other dollar bills and things, to pin, and they collect something, they collect a little bit of a bouquet throughout the day for their birthday.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah. But and also Sachi birthday is coming up this weekend too, so we want to wish her a happy one.
I would like a cookie too.
Okay. Oh well.
There's only one left.
Yeah.
You must fight.
Hold on, and haha, sarcastic, like Darren's fortune. These cool waters are upon your hands.
I'll get you.
Well, I just had a vision of a whole bunch of people just waiting with super soakers.
Yeah, no, one I says I feel really awful collecting things from strangers for my birthday. It'd be so weird. Yeah, and yeah, it may be a cultural thing. But some people are cool with doing that. Yeah, when I did their next birthday, though, I'm going to do something. I got to do something fun, seeing as I'm living on borrowed time. Well, hope we can lend you more.
I'm going to tell you something, dude.
But
we're all living on borrowed time. We should party all night. We should rock and roll.
Rock and roll all night. Party every day. All right. Well, let's go ahead and since that was not originally written into this part, we need to go ahead and give our offering of Ma'at, and then if anybody has any other requests for prayers and cookies and the like, and
do we have any cookies left?
Well, we have that one left, and that was for Yamanu. Let's read that real quick, and then we'll work on wrapping things.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fight to the death for other cookies.
No, I think I've got some more back here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a few. It's not an emergency, and I need to go pay the local Korean grocery store a visit anyway and see if they got a box for me.
Yeah, he said like $20.
Something like that. But yeah, if I can support a local business, I'm going to do it. But okay, it says life is too short to waste time hating anyone.
Interesting.
So life is too short to waste time hating anyone.
Don't waste time on negative pursuits.
Yeah. Or regret, or things like that. It's a good message for everybody.
Oh yeah. And yesterday we had our little baby kitten out to get her shots and be fixed. She's back now, and she seems to rebound really quick.
Did they give her a cone of shame?
No, they did not.
Okay.
They did not give her the cone of shame.
I know they don't always do that, but it's just...
They just recommended that we watch her and make sure she doesn't look at it too much.
Yeah.
We haven't seen her looking at it.
Well, that's good.
Thankfully. She's been lounging.
Well, that's good. All right. come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. Isfet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Yes. And, and it is Black History Month, and actually, Sabrina, since you mentioned that, one of the books that I'm going to be reviewing for this month's episode is actually by a scholar who is also African American, and that. I guess I'm of the opinion that the things like that really it shouldn't matter. The fact is the scholarship is good, and I'm going to talk about it, but that also does, open up some other area of discussion as well. But I'm not going to spoil anything because, that is something I'll be talking about, a little later in the month. But, yeah. So, we'll go ahead and wrap up here, and thank you as always, for hanging in there with us. So, hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Aeneid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the shrine of Shenit in Unu, endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu, endures. As the name of Aset in Necheru, endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet, endures. As the name of Horus in Pei, endures. As the name of Wajid in Dep, endures. As the name of Jehuti in Kamenu, endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures, likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You've come in peace, O Osir. You've come in peace, O Yunuchiru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, Osir, Nut. May you go forth in peace, O Yunuchiru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Menjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. And glad that you guys enjoy it too. And that's something that we look forward to. We plan, our Friday around that. And so we're glad to have you guys tune in. And yeah, and Gabriel, I know you had asked a question about the documentary, and again, it's something I kind of want to see it to see what's their take on it, before I weighed in on anything like that. But oh, okay, follower Renubis, you're coming to us from Poland. That's awesome.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you, and yeah, that's one of the things I'm really proud of is the fact that we have folks tune in from all over the world, and that just that's really cool, and it's nice to think about that all of that energy is that we're all connected across the planet. That's really cool. So guys, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And smacky smackins, that is awesome. And
You're welcome to come back anytime.
yes,
Smacky.
yeah. There's actually a town called Smackover, Arkansas.
Yes, there is.
It's the actual name of the town is Smackover.
Yeah, it's smack over nothing.
Well, I don't know. Well, there's probably some story. Little towns like that, there's always some legend or local lore about how they got that name. But yeah. So thank you guys so much. And you guys all be safe and well out there.
Take care, all of you.
Yes. Come join us next week.
Same cat time.
Yeah.
Same cat
Same cat channel, yeah. Okay, it's the Harvard Museum of the Ancient Near East. They have a whole playlist about Egyptian things. Okay. Yeah, well, it's something I might get a chance to check out later. While I'm, recovering, I guess, or taking a break from doing things like drawing, because I'm going to be drawing my afterburners off. Because I've got a cool project to finish. So. Yeah, and like I said, join us on Patreon and you'll get some little teasers for what I'm working on.
And remember, your monetary support helps us make sure things happen for this church.
Mm-hmm.
Like getting it incorporated, getting better equipment.
Yeah.
Hopefully planning a convention where we can all get together and do things like have group rates on hotel rooms and flights.
That's something that's the eventual thing.
We plan big stuff for you guys.
Yeah, now
these surfaces.
Yeah.
Now by viewers like you.
Exactly. Yeah. Now I will say this. I don't want anybody to get their hopes up on the idea of Super Soaker fights, because there might be some liability issues with that if we actually did.
Yes.
That, so. Let's not say we
besmirch the Darren.
Yeah. Well, more than that. See, the thing is, and maybe if we're all together, I can tell the story about what happened when I got out of Super Soaker and the cops were called. Yes, true story for another day. So let's not say we did.
Yes.
All right. And anybody who hung around and caught that, yeah, you'll have something to talk about later. But in the meantime, we love you guys.
Bye-bye.